I want to make one point too. At the 22 election, so this is the May general election, there was about 11% of the vote that went to others on the centre-right side. So you've got Lib Dems. You could argue whether they're centre-right, but certainly they would have taken vote off the Liberal vote. Palmer was obviously in the race. Pauline Hanson's One Nation was in the race. They're all absent tonight. That was about an 11% vote that left, I would argue, the Liberal Party. I do think some of that Palmer vote, Hanson vote comes from the left. Broadly speaking, that should be in the mix tonight.
Yeah, we'll be watching that. If it comes back, it should be a good win for Rashina Campbell. No government has won a seat off an opposition in more than a century at a by-election, but with mainland Australia now wall-to-wall Labor, could tonight's result rewrite a bit of history? Our reporter Georgia Simpson has taken a look at the careers and credentials of the two major candidates.
Rashina Campbell and Mary Doyle, two very different women on very different sides of politics. But they both have one common goal: to be the next member for Aston.
And I promise every single day to work so hard to give the people of this area a real choice.
And I'll be taking the time to listen to voters across this seat. I want them to be heard and I want to be their champion.
Their foray into politics couldn't be more different.
And look, it's no secret that I'm not a seasoned politician.
A self-proclaimed suburban mum who grew up in commission housing, Mary is a former union official and a breast cancer survivor.
I was very shocked to be diagnosed with breast cancer when I was only 25. I was the first in my family to be met with this diagnosis.
She's drawn on her lived experience with Medicare to campaign heavily on health, as well as spruiking several Labor policies, including cheaper childcare from July 1. While she claims she's not a seasoned Polly, this by-election isn't her first foray into politics. She ran as the Labor candidate for Aston at the May federal election. She didn't win, but she increased Labor's vote.
She received such an enormous swing in the election last May.
The Liberals won, but only just. Alan Tudge leaves the seat with a 2.8% margin. The party has parachuted barrister and City of Melbourne councillor Rashina Campbell into the seat.
In Aston we'll see somebody who has a great story to tell, incredible attributes, and will be a great local member and a very fierce advocate for Aston.
Her political ambitions have been growing. She was overlooked during pre-selection for the seat of Casey. If she wins Aston, she'll move from Melbourne's trendy inner north to the leafy outer east, where there's a higher than average proportion of residents with a mortgage.
41% of the people here having mortgages, a number of young families, another number of people coming off fixed interest rates.
The Liberals have zeroed in on this, leveraging the 10 consecutive interest rate hikes to be the centrepiece for their cost of living campaign.
As a mother of 3 kids, I know all of our grocery bills are going up, energy prices are going up.
Both women have a mountain to climb. On one hand, Mary Doyle's task is almost impossible.
No government has won a seat off an opposition in a by-election for 100 years.
But with the mainland now wall-to-wall Labor, if it's going to happen, now could be the time. As for Rashina Campbell, the pressure is on to retain the seat. Winning Aston is critical to her political aspirations and Peter Dutton's aspiration to hold on to the Liberal leadership. Georgia Simpson, Sky News.